Imagine boarding a plane and being greeted with a smile and led quietly to a seat that is just slightly larger, slightly more elite. The gentle rumble of the engines closes around you like a cradle, and you find yourself considering that maybe the flight itself is inviting you to relax. Did you know that free upgrades normally lie behind smiling faces and unwritten rules for airlines? They do not make a public declaration, but to those who know how to ask for it, little joys can manifest miraculously. Here's a calming thought to carry with you. Travelers 60 and above are now some of the most valued customers on most flights. Air carriers have learned that seasoned travelers contribute a stable serenity to the cabin. That means more opportunities for comfort if you know how to spot them. View these hidden benefits as not rewards, but as offers in the making. Most are in a frantic rush through the airport, time watching, never taking the time to see what might be patiently waiting. But those who take time, who smile at the gate agent with a warm face, have a way of opening doors that make an ordinary flight remarkable. Close your eyes and imagine this. Your bags safely stowed, the aisle clear, the cabin filled with soft light as sunshine streams through the windows. You sit down in a spot that gives you a little more elbow space to move, a little more air to breathe. That moment is within your grasp. It's closer than you think, and today we're going to examine the simple steps that can make it yours. Stay with me, because what you're about to read can change the way you approach every next endeavor.
Think of upgrades as not lotto jackpots, but as unobtrusive come-ons extended to people who know how to look at them. They are not brash nor gaudy. They wait patiently in the shadows for someone to emerge who is cool enough. Airlines prefer cabin loads of peaceful, satisfied passengers, and seniors tend to carry just such an atmosphere. A steady smile, a slow step, a soothing voice. These are gestures of someone who will take an extra dose of comfort as gratitude, not expectation. Timing is one of the easiest but most powerful tools you can employ. Flying midweek, when there are fewer crowds, creates a softer atmosphere at the airport. Early morning departures tend to leave with a handful of unused seats, and that is when agents are most likely to return favor for patience and kindness. Walking through the terminal early in the day, with the quietness of the hallways and sunlight filtering through the large windows, you can almost feel opportunities ahead of you. Think of this. A retired couple arrives with plenty of time to spare, bags neatly tucked away, boarding passes in hand. They approach the counter with a gentle question, their voice soothing, their smile genuine. The agent scans the seating chart, then leans in and says, "Let me see what I can do." Within a few minutes' time, they are led to seats with a little more elbow space, their faces lighting up at how effortless it had been. What makes this moment work isn't luck. It's the calm, respectful energy they bring. Agents remember travelers who treat them as people, not obstacles. They notice the ones who speak with warmth rather than urgency. If this image warms you, stay close, because the next insight will reveal something even more surprising, a secret that many frequent flyers don't even realize exists.
The real trick isn't about pushing or demanding. It's all about preparing with a calm intention before you even step into the terminal. Upgrades might seem like they're left to chance, but they often follow a pattern that rewards travelers who show up ready and relaxed. One of the simplest steps you can take is to join a loyalty program, even if you only fly a few times a year. Many seniors think they don't travel enough to earn points, but airlines often prioritize those who are already members. It shows that you appreciate their service, and in return, they might just appreciate you a bit more. Agents also notice passengers who arrive early, composed, and organized. They value someone who approaches the desk with a warm smile, passport in hand, and a sense of quiet patience. That calm demeanor makes it easier for them to consider offering an extra seat or a more comfortable row. When things get hectic at the gate, a traveler who exudes calm can feel like a breath of fresh air, and staff often respond positively to that vibe. Here's a little-known detail that can catch even seasoned flyers off guard. Your appearance communicates long before you say anything. You don't need to wear formal attire, but a neat, comfortable outfit, think soft neutrals, maybe a scarf or jacket that looks put together, sends a message that you'll treat a better seat with respect. Airlines want their premium areas to stay pleasant, and a relaxed, polished traveler fits that image perfectly. Now, picture this. You check in online and then take a moment at the counter. With a friendly expression, you might say, "I was wondering if there are any extra comfort seats available today." The words are simple, but the tone is where the real magic happens. Gentle, hopeful, never demanding. Even if the answer is no, you've opened a quiet door, and who knows, one day it might swing wide open. Just when you think you've seen it all, another layer unfolds. Sometimes the upgrade isn't just floating in the air, it's waiting for you on the ground. Airport lounges, often tucked away behind frosted glass or subtle signs, sometimes offer complimentary or discounted access for travelers of a certain age, especially during those quieter moments between busy flights. Step inside and you'll be greeted with cozy chairs, warm lighting, and a chance to unwind before your journey kicks off. For many, that peaceful pause is just as precious as having extra legroom on the plane. As you keep these tips in mind, imagine yourself gliding through the airport with a sense of calm, noticing the little opportunities that most travelers overlook. There's one more nugget of wisdom to share, a lesson that illustrates how these tricks come to life when kindness and timing align, and it might just change the way you view every boarding gate from here on out. Let's dive into a scene that feels as comforting as a warm breeze. Margaret, a retired teacher with her silver hair neatly tucked behind her ears, once shared a heartfelt story about the day she met her very first grandchild. She arrived at the airport well before the hustle and bustle began, clutching a small envelope filled with handmade cards and tiny paper stars. Each card held a special wish for the baby she had yet to meet. The terminal was peaceful, with sunlight streaming softly through the large windows and the gentle murmur of distant conversations wrapped around her like a soothing melody. As she approached the gate counter, her bag resting lightly on her shoulder, she greeted the agent with a warm smile. "I'm flying to meet someone special today," she said, lifting the envelope just enough for its edges to catch the light. The agent glanced at the cards, then back at Margaret's kind eyes. After a brief moment, she smiled and said, "Just a moment, please." There was something about the way Margaret stood, patient and hopeful, that seemed to invite kindness. In just a few minutes, the agent returned, gestured for Margaret to come forward, and led her to a seat with extra space and an early boarding pass. Once she settled in, the cabin lights were dimmed softly and a cup of tea rested gently on her tray. Margaret felt that the kindness she received was like a gentle hand guiding her journey, transforming an ordinary morning into something quietly extraordinary. The lesson in her story is simple yet profound. Small acts of kindness, offered with genuine intent, can open doors that no ticket alone can guarantee. Whether it's a smile, a simple question, or the way you cherish a moment, the energy you bring often shapes the path ahead. Have you ever been on a flight where you felt completely invisible? Or perhaps you've pondered whether getting older makes traveling more challenging. Margaret's story tells a different tale. Sometimes the experiences we've gathered over the years can actually lighten our path ahead, allowing for unexpected moments of comfort if we're willing to embrace them. As you plan your next adventure, take a moment to envision what could unfold if you approach it with a sense of quiet grace. Beyond that airport gate, there might just be someone waiting to surprise you with a little extra space to breathe. A gentle reminder that every journey holds the potential for a small, unforgettable gift. Free upgrades aren't just a matter of luck. They come from being present. having good timing, and carrying a quiet confidence that signals to the world you're ready to embrace your journey. Think of them as little invitations lingering in the background, waiting for those who step forward with genuine curiosity. The next time you find yourself at an airport, take a moment to pause before you rush through security or the boarding lines. Breathe deeply. Observe the rhythm of fellow travelers around you and allow yourself to blend into that gentle flow. Approach the counter with a friendly smile and speak with warmth. A single, thoughtful question asked without haste can unlock doors that most passengers never even consider. Even if the answer is no, you've already accomplished something that many don't. You've acknowledged the person behind the desk, giving them the chance to respond with kindness. Sometimes that moment alone can transform the entire travel experience. And on those days when the door does swing open, you might just find yourself in a seat with a bit more legroom, a quieter spot in the cabin, or even a delightful surprise like a warm drink or early boarding. As you soak in these tips and take them along on your own adventures, keep in mind that every journey adds to the story you're crafting in this chapter of your life. Why not try out a couple of these ideas on your next trip? Hold on to them for the adventures that lie ahead. You'll be surprised at what unfolds when you navigate the world with an open heart and a readiness to embrace opportunities. There are so many hidden gems waiting just beyond each boarding gate, and they're not just for those rushing to catch a flight. They're for anyone who approaches travel with patience and a sense of curiosity. Travel light, stay open to kindness, and let every seat, whether upgraded or not, serve as a reminder that adventure knows no age. Just beyond the hustle and bustle of the terminal, a new chapter is ready to unfold, and it might just begin with the simple act of asking for a bit more comfort on your journey ahead.